A slightly autumnal welcome back to Attingham Park for episode 11 with me, Mr. Sealy P. It's 9:15. We're back here at Attingham Park. Now, I was going to do a massive carrot harvest. However, we have a very rare opportunity. The site manager for Attingham Park, GB, has given us permission for special access to the park for a couple of reasons. One, they need some tree thinning doing, and two, they need some grass cutting back because they've got a team of archaeologists coming in to do another dig, so they need a load of grass cutting. Now, my money has gone down. There's a reason for that. The road is coned off. They have been working in conjunction with the local constabulary to close the road off for the time we're going to be doing these works. This has been, for me, an exercise in problem solving beyond most of which I normally do. You'll see why in a minute. I've got the AEB, I can't remember the number of it, the TT281, sorry, from the Alpine Farming DLC, I think it was, wasn't it? There's a reason for that, which we're going to get onto in a minute. But the money has gone down a little bit because I bought a bucket for the telehandler for cleaning out the feed area for the cows. I also did a bit of landscaping, which if we get a chance to, we might get over to in a little while. Now, this is the thing about the access that we've got. And it's kind of Attingham Park's secret. And in talking to GB, the site manager, I don't know how many people are aware of this. I wasn't until I was kind of tipped the wink on this. But this gateway here, when you come up along the main road out towards Mr. Splits, which is just over there, this opens. Which means we have access. Now, they have left us... Is that the house off there in the distance? I didn't even notice there. Is that the house? It is. You know what? I've been doing all this stuff here. I hadn't even noticed that. That's crazy. But anyway, that being said, so we have been left a Baler because this is a very narrow gateway. I've been trying to work out ways to utilise what's here. So we've got to take some trees down, which is going to give us a bit of money. I said we were going to need to get some money. We're going to be able to do a little bit here. I know it's a little bit more tree felling. I'm going to use the tree Devourer. Mr. Splits is just up the road, so we're going to sell it there. I'm going to use some of that money to lease the rest of the equipment we need. We're going to cut the grass here. Now, rather than just mow it down and leave it, I was saying in a previous episode about doing a whole load of more grass work to do a whole load more silage in the silage clamp at the biogas plant. So I thought, what about if we could mow this, windrow it, bale it, wrap it, and then get the bales out? Now, that's it's easier than it sounds. You don't want to know how I got that over here. It was put in here for us. It was honestly crazy. So I've tried and fiddled around with a few different vehicles, and this one with narrow-ish tyres will fit through that gateway. Just. I've also been playing around with all the various different bits of equipment that I might be able to fit through this. Now this one is going to go through sideways. It has to. There's no other way of getting in there because it's too wide to fit through, and there's going to be a couple of bits of equipment I'm going to kind of really just manhandle through the gap. Now luckily, I get this just right, I'm pretty sure, yeah, the pipe goes over the wall, so this will go in. It's crazy, but it will. And then what we're going to do is bring the trailer right up against the gateway, and we should be able to, because that wood chip will hold 50,000 litres, we should be able to squirt the wood chips through the gateway into the trailer to go and sell. Honestly, this is bonkers, and this all came off of one message. I got a message from GB of GBModding fame, who made the map, to say, were you aware? And I said, no. Look, we can just about, I mean, we are squeaking the tyres through there. Now, this tree devourer only requires something like 40 horsepower. The AB has only got, it's 109 or something. It's very, very limited. So what we're going to do, let's get the lights on, pipe out. We're going to thin a few trees out. We're not taking out loads, you know, maybe a couple of loads, maybe 100,000 litres, something like that, I don't know. We can go along and take out a few here and there because they need to be done. Let's raise that. And then hopefully, like I say, I'm going to be able to get the trailer up against the wall. Now, obviously, it's difficult to stop pedestrians because obviously they're entitled to walk on the road. Talking of which, I saw, oh, who put the clip? Oh, my friend Steve. My friend Steve. We've got this little chat. My friend Steve, my brother and I, and all this stuff gets kind of posted in there. And there was a video clip he posted in there. It wasn't from him, it was from someone else, but they put online. This guy was in it looked like a bus or something like that, at a set of temporary traffic lights where they were doing roadworks, and the guy was just killing himself laughing in absolute hysterics because by the side of the road there was a lady with her 2 kids and I think a pushchair, and the lights were red, obviously for the road, and she'd stopped with her kids and waited for the lights to turn green on the path. It was very strange. So it's that kind of, you know, got some people that just will ignore, you know, when there's works and things going on. Other people will go the other way. No, that doesn't want to go. I thought it would, but I suppose there's always going to be ones that we can't get out. So what I'll do is take a few more out. We'll get this up to 50,000 litres and then we'll take it to the gateway to see if we can empty into a trail. I've got to find some trees I can cut down. It could be because these all sunk into the ground a little bit, I'm not sure. Let's try one of these ones. And then we'll take it to Mr. Splits. Then what I'm going to do is I need to gather together a load of gear. That's better. Perfect. Yeah, so it's just a bit of thinning along the wall line. I think some of the ones closer to the wall where the roots are growing up, it's causing a few problems with the, you know, with the wall itself, and they're worried about, you know, it crumbling and that kind of thing. So I know we're not right up against the wall at the moment, but there we go. So yeah, stay tuned because I'm really going to be trying some interesting things. Well, so I think they'll be interesting, but you do not. So, yeah, I've honestly been giving this so much thought about what gear I can use, and the reason I'm not doing the carrot harvest now, and I said I was going to, we're on a bit of a time crunch because I need this doing, because the archaeology team is going to be coming in to do the work that they're going to be doing, so they wanted us to crack on with it as soon as possible. We have our 50,000 litres. What I'm hoping now is this is going to work. So what we're going to do, oh no, hang on, looks like it is already. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. That looks like it's already filling the trailer. I thought I'd have to get right up to the gateway for this to work. That's it. Done. I wonder if I can jump up on the wall. So we've got 50,000 litres. Oh yeah, look. In the trailer. Fantastic. So what I'm going to do now is, probably not the best way to do this. We'll take this to Mr. Splits, and then what we'll start the engine. Just working out, I'm going to have to turn around, aren't I? We'll go up onto the grass around the cones, and then what I'm going to do is lease all the gear I'm going to need, because it's a whole load of stuff. I think what we'll do if we go up to the road, back up, if you recall way back on those earlier episodes when I caused a few issues, didn't I, when I got stuck. I'm trying to avoid that happening again. So if we back in here, swing round, and then we'll come at it another way, it'll work. The next load though, I'm going to have to reverse all the way down the road, don't I? That's going to be interesting. Through the cones, a bit of a reverse slalom course. Let's get the lights on so we can see where we're going. I haven't even looked to see what it's paying out, but it doesn't matter really, as long as it covers the cost of what I'm going to lease. It's only a few bits of gear I'm going to lease, but it's things that will fit. Now it's going to take me a lot of time, because obviously I can't use massive equipment. There we go. Yeah, I can't use massive equipment, so what I am going to be using is going to take a while. The mowing, I think, again, it's in my head. In my head I think it's going to work. In my heart I'm not so sure. So one more load of tree thinning, and then let's go on to, let's skip to the good bit. Actually, it's better from this way because I can get in and out of the tracks. It's a little bit easier, can't I? I'm not sure if I even need to be right up on the curb. I think what I'll do, I'll come off the curb, that way pedestrians can still get past, because I didn't think that would load in so far away. It's very handy they closed the road off for us. And what I want to do is put that one down. That'll make life a bit easier, wouldn't it? We're on the property. I ended up doing 2 more loads of wood chip alongside a tree that I cut down next to the shed where the sheep are, so I could get to the bales a little bit easier. All of that has gone into storage. I haven't sold that, so I've got about 140 litres, 140,000 litres of wood chip now in storage. So I thought while I was thinning the trees, and I didn't have to thin that many, I might as well do it now. This is where we look at, when the cones, all the stuff I have brought together for this to work. So, on the front, we have got this. This is the Sepnusul F240. Oh yeah, it says there, look, F240. It's only a 2-point-something metre mower, so I could get it through the wall. On the back, though, we have got the GMD 4411, which is a 4-metre rear side-mounted mower. Now, it hangs a long way off the back of that 3-point, but combined with that, and when it's out on the side, that's not a bad mowing combo. What I've also then got over here, again, because that folds up out the way, I think I might have to push this through the gateway that direction, I think. But anyway, this is the SIP Fabric 254 windrower. Then we have got the Galignani G400S bale wrapper. I haven't used that before, but again, incredibly narrow, so I should be able to get it through. And then here we've got, from the CSZ pack, we've got an adapter that goes 3-point link to telehandler tool, and then we've got a 3-bale fork on the front. So all of those combined, we should be able to mow we should be able to windrow. We should be able to bale with the bale that's in there, wrap with that one, then bring the bales out. And over here, I know it's very convoluted, but there's a lot of grass there that I think, again, because we've got access, why not? And I've got an auto-load trailer here. So again, like I do with the wood chips, if I bring the trailer along to here, when I bring the bales out 3 at a time on the front of the AB, I should be able to load them onto the auto-load trailer at the gateway here. So again, a bit of that kind of manual auto-loading. There'll be, I say manual, that fork auto-loads 3 bales. So it's kind of a bit of a mix, really. Auto, manual, auto. Now, I've got to hope, because in theory, this is all very narrow, and we'll go through the gateway. In reality, I hope that mower goes through. You take your time, mate. No worries, we've got all day. Come on, just turn that. Squeak through. And there's a lot of grass we can cut here. And also doing it this way and doing it with bales means they're automatically silage bales. So we can take them straight to the biogas plant, into the digesting system. Now I can if I want to. I'm pretty sure I can. How do I do it? I can slide that side to side if I want to as well. Now I don't want it all the way that way. We'll have to see how the cut goes, but I want to get maximum width I possibly can. Now of course there's also the thing that hadn't crossed my mind. Has this got the horsepower to run both? Okay, they're on. Will they run? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh, it's not super fast, but, and I said it's going to take a while, which it will. Now, we did how many grass bales? 100 grass bales, but then we did put some in, didn't we? 3 was it? So potentially I can only do 100 bales at a time, but that's not a problem because I'm going to take them straight to the biogas plant and I'm going to take them straight to the biogas plant and we're going to put them in. Now looking at the map, you'll see what I mean about access and why getting this to work is worth it. That's where the gateway is, and all of this, if I click on that now, that's all part of the periphery, which doesn't cost anything. That I did right at the very start because so potentially any grass and even the trees that are up here I can use. I just needed access. Now, like I say, because it's all very small machinery, it's going to be, just very time consuming. Had I been able to get a big butterfly mower set up in here and maybe mow and windrow at the same time, or that whole situation would have been a lot better. And obviously this ran faster because it's only small to get through the gateway. It's got fairly low horsepower. Now there might have been loads of other, I'm trying to think of any other tractors that would have been a similar sort of size or narrower to get through that gateway that would have offered more horsepower or anything like that. There may have been some. There may have been. Well, we got up to 11. All the way up to 11. Then I'm going to cut all of it. I'm going to mow all of it as much as I possibly can. I'm just actually looking to see now. Actually, there's a lot, isn't there? Maybe this has to be a multi-day project. I'm just thinking. But it's awesome. It really is. Thank you to the site manager, GB. Thank you for getting in touch and making me aware of this. So, this is going to take some time. I think I'm going to put on some tunes, relax, and just get on with it, I guess. I thought it was all very flat. I really didn't realise how much of a sweep there was in places here. Now, the other thing you might be asking, Or you might not be thinking anything at all. Because I thought initially, well, what, can't I just put some stuff over the fence? Wouldn't it be easy to just... But there's a kind of invisible barrier here. The only way to get past that is through that gateway. I did kind of wonder whether it was possible. It's nearly 12:10. I play in normal time. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's terrifying. There was a lot of grass. What I'm more terrified about now, let's just turn that, is that this windrower is incredibly narrow. So I'm going to do one row one way, one row back to get it all into a pile. This is going to take a ridiculous amount of time, isn't it? It should go out to the right, shouldn't it? No, I did find, and it may have become quite apparent when I did those first laps round, that having the rear side mower and the front mower, it was too much for the AB. It really didn't like it at all. So I ended up dropping the front mower off and just running the rear side mower. Then I was running pretty much at 13 miles an hour the whole time, which made life just so much easier. But it took me a long time, to the point where I got, you know, with that point when you get bored and you don't mow up and down or go all the way around the outside. I started doing spirals and all sort of, just, you know, anything to break it all up. But obviously doing this now, I'm looking at this thinking, okay, this is going to be, we're going at 12 miles an hour, but I mean, how wide a strip are we actually moving? This is going to be hours. Honestly, I can't think of another windrower that's going to be narrow enough that I can get through that gateway that's going to have a wider... I looked at a couple of the rakes, but the problem is with a lot of them, it's the wheelbases. The wheelbases on most of them are too wide. So even if the actual windrower itself looks quite narrow, the wheelbase that it sits on just won't go through. So I just like I said earlier, it's just going to have to be time, I think. If we go and have a look at what's here, see things like that, I suppose, yeah, but even the wheelbase on that's wide, isn't it? That's the same. Wheelbase is narrow, but the actual rake's too wide. These, yeah, I mean, there's just no way. They won't go through that gate. So I mean, that's what we use in the Favorite 254. That's 3.5 meters wide. I wonder if it would go through the gate that way. That might, oh, mind you, it requires 100 horsepower, and we've only got 109, so that could slow it right down. But yeah, that's a bit wider, isn't it? So I don't think. What's that? 3.4, and it requires 35 horsepower. Would that go through the gateway, do you reckon? I'm just thinking we're currently sitting at a 2.5 meter. I mean, it's not much wider, but it's even that really wide wheelbase. You know what? I might go and grab one of those. What about that? No, that's too wide, isn't it? Yep. That could be worth a go, though. It's just whether that flap or not will go through, and those two rear plates. I guess it's got to be worth a try. I can go and grab one. How much is it to lease? 300. I'll lease one, go and get it and try it. Doesn't require a lot of horsepower, so why not? I mean, this is fairly rapid, and for sort of steep hillside, small work, small fields, it's not too bad. You know, usually in a situation like this, the size of the field I'm doing, I would be just the very biggest one I possibly could. I was so hoping, honestly, that once I came in through the main gate, that little side gate, that if I went out to the main gate, I would be able to open it from the inside, that it would let you, but it doesn't. I thought, oh, if you could just open that gate and get something a bit bigger in, that would be amazing, but unfortunately, nope. Blimey. Oh, this is one of those situations, like when I used to do the Stone Valley stuff, and I did some of those really big harvests. I think I may have bitten off more than I can chew with this. This is going to be hours and hours and hours of work, isn't it? But like I said earlier, I just couldn't pass up the opportunity. When I get back round towards the gate, I'll probably go and grab the other one. I might have a look. I'll have a look in the catalogue and see if there's anything else available. I don't think there is. What I need is one of these, but like 3 times as long. So it's narrow, but I can sort of just get it through the gateway. Because I even considered bringing the milling machine up, pushing the milling machine through the gateway like I did with the Devourer, but there was no trailer. I couldn't find a trailer narrow enough to get through that gateway. So I thought I could use the milling machine, pick up the grass, put it into a trailer, and then I could take it to the gate with the conveyor, and I had all these convoluted ways of trying things out. But yeah, couldn't even find one that would work. So, do you like the lights on the back of that? It's really fancy. Well, it's going to be much later when I see you, isn't it? Or possibly not. If I change windrower, I might see you. It's now 2:33 in the afternoon. This is no joke, and I'm ready to bale. I did swap out the windrower, as you saw, for a whopping 4-meter windrower, and you'll see this took me so long. But I was not alone. I say I was not alone. While I was doing this, I was watching and listening to, as best I could, the charity stream that DJ Clutch, Farmer Cop, Prestige, 82 Studio and Pickle did last night, and it was Farm Sim versus Childhood Cancer, kind of sponsored and arranged through Empire Jerky USA. They were playing FSL, and it was hilarious. It was just absolutely, yes, it was a lot of mucking around, and but the thing about it was for a really good cause, and my sides were hurting. It was brilliant. I'm going to get so many bales. So the whole time I was doing this baling, because I thought I will probably just go insane. I decided to put something on while I was doing it. Sometimes I listen to music while I'm doing jobs like this, but the stream was on, so I watched it, and the guys were amazing. And I just want to say, I donated, and there were so many people on there. Sim for the Nation, VF popped on the chat, loads of familiar faces. Cows Go Moo, Farmer Pierce was on there. I'm going to forget loads and loads of people, aren't I? The guys from my Discord server, Neil B, Gogol Pop, it was brilliant. It was a real community thing, and I loved it. What I have done in the description for this video, I have put DJ's link. I think all the guys were streaming, and they were all taking donations to the donation page. So I've put the link to the donation page for DJ's one. It's all being put in together, and I think, if I recall, by the end of the stream, between them, they had raised over $8,000. It was just amazing. So yeah, I'm not saying you've got to, but if you want to, if you feel like it, if you know, I think the link should still be active, should still be live. Links there if you want to drop on. Farm Sim versus childhood cancer. That would be absolutely amazing. Now, as far as baling goes, I'm now terrified because these are filling up way, way quicker than I thought. I am going to get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bales. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bale till I can't bale no more. Till it hits that limit and says, stop you buffoon. And then what I will do is I will wrap all of those bales. Then I will collect those bales, I will take them to the biogas plant and we will dispose of them. And then I'll come back and I'll bale a load more and I'll wrap a load more until I've done it all. Now, I'm saying that now because this has been recorded over a couple of days, and yesterday this should be posted on Sunday. I say should because I may get to the end of the video before I finish doing all of this. What I mean by that is I will get to a point where I've baled everything. I've baled a load, I've wrapped a load, and I've delivered a load, at least a load to the biogas plant. I may well, this may be an ongoing job that I'm going to have to keep coming back to, or I'm going to have to dedicate a day to or something. Because I started recording this on Saturday, and as you can tell, because I'm playing real time, I must have been 6 hours in total, something like that, doing it all. And obviously this baling, it's not going to be fast, it's not, you know. What I'm going to do is when I hit this bale, I'm going to turn around, because this is kind of in sections. You've got this first open field area here and these trees, you've got this section here and a clump of trees there, another section and another clump of trees, then the section that runs out to the kind of main entrance. So what I'm going to do for my own sanity is I'm going to break that up into bits. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? That doesn't want to turn, does it? Right, turn that on. There we go. But it's yeah, I mean, as far as a resource goes, if you can find the gear to get through that gateway, it's an untapped resource. I think you can put placeables in here, because I've got this big project that we're working with Attingham Park and Atcham, and you know, we were thinking along the lines of when I first started, when I was first brought in to run the biogas plant, and there were big plans. I said that right at the start. Part of the big plans were setting up a kind of additional kind of farm shop, garden centre type thing. Was kind of part of the plan, and I thought we could have greenhouses, a sell point, we could have beehives, so local produce from around the, you know, the Atcham area could all be sold here at Attingham Park, so guests and visitors and people that come for various different reasons have got access to stuff. They can buy things for lunches for the day or just to take away with them, whatever. And I'm thinking actually beehives in here might be quite nice, because you can go for walks in the Deere Park. I think having some, although mind you, I'm just thinking if I do, because I was going to do a selection of greenhouses if possible, and having the beehives near there to help pollinate different things, I don't know, we'll give it some thought. The thing is, it's going to be one of those situations that again I'm going to have to think very carefully about how beehives are okay, because once they're placed they don't require any maintenance. They're just going to be there, you know, we can come and have a look at them every now and again. It's just the things that are going to require, like greenhouses will need manure and water, you know, getting enough manure and water in through that gateway in a vehicle or a trailer or whatever I'm going to use is going to be a little bit trickier, I think. But as you can see, look how much, how many bales have I done already? This is going to be crazy, isn't it? I really have gone a bit nuts on this one. We're up to 11 bales ready. We've already created 112, have we? Thought we did 100 and... Oh, of course, that's total. 101 plus 11, yes. But we did use some for the sheep. So I don't know. Well, I'll keep going until it won't let me do any more. And then we'll get that wrapper in here. Now, I haven't used that particular wrapper before. It's not a sort of drive along. It's one you've got to drive reverse up. That's going to be very time consuming too. So what we'll do is we'll get to a point, like I say, where we've got a full load. And then we'll take it to biogas and we'll get rid of a full load, and then I'll just have to, it's just going to be rinse and repeat. Obviously you don't want to necessarily be part of the rinse repeat cycle, but I have officially lost my mind, honestly. But it has been quite relaxing, like I say, either watching the stream or like earlier on in the day I had a bit of music on. I was just, just taking it easy, chill out, immerse myself in just doing a bit of this, bit of groundworks for the park, Oh yeah, GB, he was on the thing yesterday, he popped in the chat, GB. I'm trying to think, there were so many people, so many people. Oh, and thank you to everyone that's been buying merch. Oh, that's what I was going to say as well. You know what? There is nothing more exciting and strangely abstract and bizarre. For me, I don't know whether it's just because of who I am and the way I am, but one of my subscribers, well, a few of my subscribers actually, Mark sent me a picture of himself wearing a Miss Silly Pete t-shirt. I said thank you very much, it arrived, and then I had a couple of messages from people saying they had received their t-shirts and thank you very much, and someone had messaged saying thank you, I've received it, I'm wearing it now playing FS19, and my head's like, it's weird because so many people I've watched, VF's had merch for quite a while, loads of people have, it's not a new thing, it's nothing sort of out of the ordinary. But seeing somebody else wearing something with my logo, I don't know, it's mind-bogglingly cool, but yeah, very odd too. I don't know. It's great. Thank you, everybody. If you are interested, there is a link for merch in the description. There's a whole range of stuff now, not just a hoodie and a t-shirt. There's a whole load of gear in there. I may change a few bits and bobs in there because I was trying to be kind of clever with some of the Farming Simulator related things. I was trying to link some of the merch to Farming Simulator and trying to put some phrases and bits and bobs on things, but obviously I don't know if someone just wants a plain t-shirt, they don't necessarily want a logo on it, or they don't not a logo, they don't necessarily want a phrase or something that I say, but I don't know, but I'll have a think. I might add some more stuff to it. We'll see. Right then, we should get to about 99 bales. We should. See you on the dark side. As you can see, I've started wrapping. We've got to our limit. We've got 102 bales made. I've barely scratched the surface, and that's quite scary. We've got a load more on this field to bale, and then we've got everything else that goes off to the east from here. I'm also worried it's now 3:45. I'm going to start losing the light, so what I'm going to do is wrap enough bales to collect and put onto the trailer for one full load, and then I'm going to have to, I guess, carry on into the night, because I'm just very conscious of the fact that I'm just going to run out of daylight. This I've had to repair a couple of times and refuel once. I ran out of fuel. Bottom right hand corner, it's saying 6 hours operating time on the AEB already. This is crazy and kind of cool at the same time. And obviously, when I said about things, fields of this size and doing this many bales and that kind of thing, yeah, I mean, if I was going to tackle a job like this on open fields, in open country, I probably would have leased a Baler wrapper. And I probably would have used the Vicon fast bale and from the Caverna and Vicon DLC, because I could have just absolutely hammered around doing it all in one go. There was absolutely no way I was going to fit that through that gateway. Hence the reason why we've gone for all the small stuff. This is a very cool little bale wrapper, considering how small it is and very narrow, and you know, it works very well. This is going to be time consuming, obviously. I've done it before on different maps. I say this is going to be time consuming, like that's not a kind of given. When you consider the point we're at now, I'm now even thinking, I don't even know if this video is going to be released on Sunday. This may be Monday now, because I'm supposed to be going to dinner at my daughter's today. I thought I'll get up early, get the video made, get it uploaded, and off we go. And it's now, what time is it? 11:15 in the morning. I don't know whether I'm going to... Yeah, will I get it all enough baled and onto a trailer? Potentially. If I just crack on and stop gabbing, which I have that tendency to do. I think that VStR UK or VSR, that flat trailer anyway, the one I've got, the Autoload trailer, I think it holds 54 round bales, which is a fair amount in one load. So bearing in mind, we've got 102 bales on here at 4,000 litres each. We've got 408,000 litres of silage. And like I say, we've got all the rest of that field there. We got all of that, all the way, and obviously you can see how long it's been taking because the grass has started to regrow as well. That's when you know that you've been doing something a long time, when the landscape decides it's going to grow around you. $25. I think we're getting somewhere. So I've got my contraption on the front, my 3-point link to telehandler to CSZ, bale, spike. For those of you that may have been concerned or worried, we haven't had the road closed off all day. When I've been in the field working, we move the cones, traffic can flow, and then when we get to a point where we need to come back out onto the road to do anything, then the cones go back into place. This is where I realised I've actually probably got the wrong forks. And we'll soon see, won't we? These are supposed to auto-load 3. Now I'm sure I used one of these on... You're supposed to do it on the stack as well. Was I use it on? Oh, I've done it again. I don't understand. This is exactly what happened on Italia Demo. These are supposed to be a 3-bale stack. Oh, 2 at a time is going to take me forever. Well, to be honest with you, 3 at a time is going to take me forever. So what should happen now, or what I'm hoping is going to happen, is we will bring the trailer over. I'm just going to make sure I've got it in operating position. Like I say, this should do 54 bales. Now I haven't wrapped all of the bales. I've done most of them. I think I've got one strip over the back that hasn't been done yet. So I'm going to do one full load of 54 bales. We'll get them done and we'll get them taken to the biogas plant and unloaded, because time's getting on and obviously I need stuff to process at the biogas plant as well, which is going to make life a little bit easier. And then what I'll do is come back, I'll load the next 54, then I'll bale the next 102, wrap the next 102, load, and I'll keep a tally of how many we've got, but I think by the end of this episode all we're going to manage to achieve is one full load. Now I don't know if it's going to take these automatically or whether I'm going to need to press unload before it does. So what I'm hoping is going to happen, let's hop over the wall, is that... Did I catch on something? I think I'm caught on the wall, aren't I? There we go. So we do that, unload bales, unload bales here, there we go, and then we'll auto load onto there too. So it's a kind of, like I said, auto load, manual auto load, which is odd, but in all honesty, I probably could just fork them and they'd be fine. I don't know why it says these are 3 bales then, unless I've done it the wrong way round, but I mean it doesn't really matter too much. Let's raise that up again. Yeah, so I know there'll be people out there that'll be worried and they'll be thinking, well, hang on a minute, what about the traffic? You've had the roads closed off since this morning? And I have. Oh dear. Now, could I have done this on my other fields? Could I have done this elsewhere? Did I need to do it? No, of course I didn't need to do it here. Could I have done it elsewhere? Yes. Could I have done it quicker? Probably. But where's the fun in that? All this untapped potential. Don't need to open anymore. Should be good. 54 bales, so we're up to 7 hours on the AB now. Fun times. Fun times. And then we'll get this delivered, and yeah, like I say, it's just going to be a rinse repeat. I'm incredibly curious to see just how many we get off this field, how many bales in total, how much in litres worth of silage we will end up delivering. I think that's going to be quite something. And this is the best solution I could think of, other than not doing it at all, which I suppose could possibly have been a solution if I wanted to go down that route. I've got to watch out for pedestrians. Wow, what fun. This thing's actually very versatile bit of kit. I know there is a modded one. But I'm pretty sure the modded one's only something like 60 something horsepower, so I wouldn't have been able to pull a lot of the equipment that I have been. I did try a different baler initially. I did a bit of kind of testing in the yard at the store, and some of the balers, the requirement was too high. Then one was 98 horsepower and it just didn't want to know. Same as I found with the mowers. Running 2 was a great idea in theory, and it did run, but at 6 miles an hour it actually worked out better for me to take one off and run the 4 meter at 13 miles an hour. It's not rocket science, it just needs to be done. Right then, 54 bales, here we come. Should I have a front weight? Should I have a rear weight on this? Probably. In theory, yes. I'll be honest, that didn't take as long to load as I thought it was going to. The only problem I have got, obviously, now moving forward is that everything I bale and wrap is further and further away from the gate, so it's going to be a lot of driving backwards and forwards. Yeah, I'm not going to do. I was thinking, I really did bite off more than I could chew, and it's to finish that all off is going to take quite a few hours. But I don't want to shy away from it. I don't want to say, oh, you know what, it's okay, I'll do it off camera and then not bother, or and I suppose the thing with it is that the magic of editing and the magic of what you can do within the game is that sometimes when you're doing jobs like that, there are little cuts and there are little shortcuts and tricks, and there are, if you wanted to, What I have done or I do, but if you wanted to, off camera, you could lease bigger bits of equipment or larger windrowers, or and you can kind of get away with it. Cleverly edited, you can cut things out and people would never know. With that, there is no shortcut. There's no way around it. It's just going to be a long time. Now, unloading this is going to be a bit of a weird one. Because it's an auto-load trailer, unless I do it manually with the telehandler and put them in a few at a time, which I could do, I guess. Doing it with the auto-load, it's a case of auto-loading, and the ones that don't make it in, you then pick them up again and then reload and pick them up. It's not pretty, let's just put it that way. So if you're feeling a little bit squeamish and you don't want to see how ugly this is going to get, you probably want to look away now. If not, I'm hoping, take straps off. I want to put it into its operating position, so no, that. So we should restack them all. Then unload here. Unload here? No, that's weird. Why did that not move? Bear with me just a second. Okay, I didn't have one trailer, that's why. See what I mean? So with the auto unload, if I auto unload now, it does that, but I think we've hit 100,000 litres. So what I do then is do that, reload them all, and then once it's gone down a little bit, unload some more. Now it's going to take a while to chug away. While that's working, I guess all I can do now then is either spend some time bringing a load of bales over towards the gate, or just cracking on with what I've got on there, 29. I haven't got rid of a huge amount, have I? That is weird though. I wonder what's happened to that. Because why is that not going down? Let's double check just to make sure we're making digestate. See, that's the other thing. Why am I bothering to do all this? Well, yeah, we are making digestate. What I was thinking was, because I'm not using the digestate on the land now, because we've got our method sorted out for our liming and fertilising. I might see if there's somewhere we can sell the digestate. We don't have anywhere at the moment, but I'm sure we could sort something out, because that's potentially, again, that's money sitting there. 313,000 litres and climbing of digestate. Is there a bale? Maybe there's a bale under there that it's just chewing away at to start off with. I'm very puzzled by that. But on that rather strange ending, 5:10, I'm back off to the grounds of Attingham Park. I've got loads to do. I'm at 102 bales I've made so far. I am now incredibly curious to see how many we end up with in total. So what are we thinking? What are your predictions? What are we going to end up with? I think we could end up with around 400 bales, I reckon, potentially. We'll see. That's going to take quite a while. Our soybean field is growing very nicely. So once that's all done, and that's going to take a little while to get, obviously that's got to chug away. I'll do a load more, bale up to my limit again, wrap up to my limit again, move a load of bales over towards the gate, which will make loading a little bit easier. But we've still got this massive carrot harvest to go. And loads of other stuff. I haven't done pigs yet. I haven't even looked at my animals today to see how mucky they are, and they're going to need cleaning out, they're going to need feeding, they're going to need all sorting out. It's been a very long day up to this point, and there's only more to go. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know it's something a bit different, something a bit odd and a bit peculiar. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, Thanks for watching.